promise. And so VOW is an acronym for 9 points of impact that we have to have that is running cyclical in our lives. Okay. So let's dive into it. The V stands for vision, voice, and value. Now, if you think about it, think about 9 interconnected circles. And if you also think about any area in our life, let's just say if it's arts, entertainment, spirituality, health and wellness, career, finances, these 9 points of impact is always going to affect every single area of our lives. So the V, vision, voice, and value. When it comes to your vision, what are we looking at? What are we letting come through our eye gates that's going to directly impact our lives? Okay.
Wow.
And then next we have the voice. What voice or voices are you listening to? What are you saying to yourself? What are you seeing? What are you saying? It's all about what's coming out of your mouth, because out of the mouth, the heart speaketh, really. The V stands for value. What value have you placed on yourself, your life, your dreams, and your goals? That is the 3 V's in VOW. Next, we have the O's, which stands for options, opportunities, and obsessions. Wow. What options do you have in your life? What have you been afforded? These could be negative options or they could be positive options. It just really depends on what you're looking at that given moment. Okay. Next, we have opportunities. So see, there's a difference between options and opportunities. We're talking about choices and chances. So what choice, I like that. What choices do you have? And then what chance do you have? I remember when I was growing up and we used to be in school and, boys would pass us a cute little love letter and say, let me have that chance. That chance. It was an opportunity. So what opportunities are you seizing? What doors have been opened, have been afforded to you? Opportunities. And then the third O, obsessions. Now, when we think of obsessions, we're like, well, being obsessed about something, that's not a good thing. Well, there are positive obsessions and negative obsessions. I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you're old enough to remember this movie called Fatal Attraction. It was back in the 80s or 90s. And it was about this lady who she was having a fatal attraction. She was obsessed with this man. Now, she was relentless in her pursuit behind him. And that's how we have to be. We have to be obsessed. We have to be relentless with our pursuit when we are pursuing those visions and those goals. It's almost as if we have to be a Rottweiler with a stake in our mouth and we're not going to let it go until we get exactly what we want. So far we have vision, voice, and value, options, opportunities, and obsessions. Lastly, we have the W, and the W stands for word, worship, and wisdom. When we study the word of God, it makes us wise. The deeper we go, the more we study, it creates that wisdom. And when we become wise, we are wise enough to know that we must worship. So we have word, wisdom, and worship. So you start seeing all 9 circles working together. Now, if one is out of sync, it's going to mess up the whole thing. So what we constantly have to do, we constantly have to self-assess to make sure that each one is working in order, in the order that it's supposed to work in. And that is VOW, 9 points of impact. And here are the little I love the little circles, how they're interconnected. Yeah. And it's something so simple and practical. So what VOW does, it puts the practice back into the practical, because we can have so many different strategies. We can go to so many different conferences. We can go to so many talks and everything. But we're talking about a practical solution. Check out your vision, your voice, your value, your options, your opportunities, obsessions. word, worship, and wisdom. And if you think about it, every area of our life, all 9 points of impact is working in every point.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called Transformational Guide to Greater. And it's so super simple. I was like, wow. I was like, this is so super simple. But yet, what it does, it places the accountability on the individual. And on the inside, I have endpoint packs where you can actually write inside the book. I have endpoint packs, and then I have revelations, resolutions, and revolutions. After you go through the questions to consider. And after each section, it is reflections, affirmations, and expectations. So it's all about what you're seeing, what you're saying, and what you're getting.